So I'm looking at your backdrop. It's like
Yeah,
1970s. I'm on
yeah.
like TWA, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to drink on the flight to LA or something. I mean, you got it all going on there.
You wish TWA was giving you that kind of selection. Those are fine tequilas, bro. And I'm not going to tell you what part of my house this is, but it's not an insignificant part of my house that's parading my body. These lights, they light up. I mean,
It's all good. I mean,
you understand, I'm a barman, got WXOU radio bar. So I mean, why not have it at home? By the way, you look like you just rolled out of bed after a big night. So I mean,
no,
it's
this is
which
just.
is
I'm
impressive,
doing a little. I'm
if I may.
doing a little cleaning. Did some bathroom cleaning. Getting some stuff done around the house. Before the big 5 o'clock show. But it does. It looks like you're in first class on one of those airlines. I mean, those were the heydays of airlines. A lot's changed.
Well, it's interesting you say that because whether it was the movie, Airplane, or whether it was any number of movies over the years. Remember, like Crash on 747 movies. There was like all these movies, but look, going to the airport was a glorified thing. It was a luxury moment. It was not a moment where you were worried about getting nickel and dime. You were actually feeling kind of special, as opposed to how you are, chatteled around these days. But anyway, and I hear where you're going with this because, this morning we've got Southwest Airlines announcing that, Delta variant, surprise, surprise, are cutting back on their outlook. I think they said 3 to 4 points on their operating revenue. And I think the question is really for investors. By the way, Stevie Nicks says she is canceling her involvement in 5 concerts this summer, which I know has to bum you out because I think she's somewhere in your top 3 of all-time lady rockers.
I'll give you my top 5, by the way, in no particular order. Carole King, Linda Ronstadt, Stevie Nicks, and I'll throw in a Karen Carpenter for you. How's that?
I'm not surprised by any of this. I know we've kind of done this before. The Carole King thing, whatever. The Karen Carpenter thing, thumbs up there. I think, first of all, you have to throw Patti Smith. I think is probably the greatest female rocker of all time, just because of the ground that she broke. I don't think she's the best. Debbie Harry, I know you're not a fan of. Chrissie Hynde has to be there. How about Ann Wilson of Heart? How about Brittany Howard of the Alabama Shakes, kind of a newcomer? Wow. I bet you don't even know who that band is. Let's see, what else am I missing?
Susan Tedeschi of Tedeschi Trucks.
Tedeschi. All right. So the question is, Stevie Nicks is pulling out. Is that a message about the overall economy? As an investor, should you care that Love, ticker for Southwest Airlines, is telling you something you probably already knew? I mean, do we care about the third quarter if, in fact, this is just a flare-up?
No, I don't think. I think you would agree with me on this one. I don't think you should, because right now interest rates are telling a much different story. In terms of that seems to be looking past any of the slowdown that people are pricing in on this variant. I mean, Southwest, again, I mean, I don't run it, so I shouldn't really comment. But, a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about a much different picture, and then they reversed course. I mean, you have to see these things coming. It's just like when heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? So you have to be able to, I'm not trying to be a jerk here.
What did you just say there?
Yeah, that's heavy as that's Shakespeare throwing at you. And that my point is, like, these CEOs, they got to know that stuff. They got to see it coming.
I think it's a Shakespeare, but your gal, speaking of lady rock singers, your gal from Sixpence the Wiser, or what's her name?
That's Sixpence None the Wiser. Like that?
Well, it's my band is none the wiser. But anyway, she needs to make our top at least 20 list.
Lee Nash,
she's a big
by
fan
the way.
of yours.
Yeah.
Anyway, love her work. Look, the way I look at this is I think, Love coming out this morning telling us that there's Delta variant dynamics and that the third quarter may not be profitable is disappointing. But ultimately in kind of the ebb and flow of this virus, and I think we're pretty much in the ebb stage. And I don't mean to be insensitive to it, but I think we've learned to understand what the dynamics are, and I think the vaccination rates are going to continue to go up. And ultimately, we're going to put this in our rearview mirror. I would actually love to head down to the Shaky Knees Festival, but the Foo Fighters stepping in for Stevie Nicks, You know what? I'll take that trade all day long, buddy. And I'll bring some of my TWA booze with me. You're welcome to join us.
I'm looking forward to it. By the way, Ebb and Flow, a great Pearl Jam song. I'll see you tomorrow. Gotta hop.
Even flow. Nice. See you later.